The house exhaled this morning, not like a sigh, but like a balloon I let go because I couldn't hold it together anymore. Summer had stretched us all, like sun-warmed taffy, slow, lazy, delicious. I'd almost forgotten what it felt like to chase time again. The rush of schedules, the hunt for matching socks, the holy war fought over the last packet of notebook paper. But here it is again, back to school season. Like a freight train made of permission slips, last-minute target runs, and that godforsaken smell of a new plastic lunchbox we'll lose by October. I stood in the kitchen this morning, coffee in one hand, existential dread in the other, watching my teenager, my actual full-sized human child, walk past me in a hoodie older than her motivation. "You good?" I asked. She grunted, which in high school dialect means shut up before I remember you exist and feel emotions. I wanted to cry, not because I was sad, but because I was in it again. The checklist, the emotional tug-of-war, the part of parenting where love feels like managing a haunted spreadsheet full of deadlines and mood swings. The school sent an email, 15 of them actually, one about drop-off, one about dress code, one just said urgent in all caps and linked to a PDF that opened blank. I printed it anyway just in case. I used to think I'd be better at this by now, but every year it's like they just handed me the syllabus in a language I've forgotten how to speak. And beneath all the sharp edges and chaos and caffeine, I miss her already. Even as she rolls her eyes and shuts the door and becomes someone new right in front of me. Drop off. It sounds gentle, like letting go of a balloon again, but it's not. It's a demolition derby disguised as a school zone. 15 Honda Civics, 4 Teslas, and 1 F-250 that should be illegal in confined spaces, all trying to funnel through a single lane like toothpaste back into the tube. And me, armed with patience I pretend to have, white-knuckling the steering wheel while my kid says, "Just let me out here," like I'm not already parked halfway on a curb. I mean, we inch forward like cattle through a very judgmental chute. There's a crossing guard with the power of God, and 2 teenagers vaping behind the no vaping sign like it's performance art. Someone honks. Someone else flips the bird. I try to mouth "good morning" through my windshield rage so I don't get featured in a Facebook parent group for poor manners. And then, just like that, she's gone. Out of the car, hoodie up, backpack slung like a burden and a badge. No hug, not even a look back. Just the slamming door of someone practicing adulthood in front of my tired heart. I sit for a second, not because I need to, but because I have to reset, to breathe through the buzz of leftover adrenaline from navigating that chaos without exploding or crying. There's a coffee cup in the console that's now lukewarm and half full of hope. I sip it like a sacrament. One down, one day done. Only 179 more to go. The quiet didn't last. It never does. Because by mid-morning, my phone buzzes. Well, not a buzz, more like a heartbeat. The kind that kicks up your chest before your brain even catches the name. It's her. Then 5 more, like flock of birds flapping against a glass window, soft, rapid, and relentless. The digital drumbeat of her brain unspooling one bubble at a time. Do we have colored pencils? Is Algebra 2 the hard one or the easy one? I think my English teacher hates me. On her end, the cafeteria exhales. Steam-heavy air leaning warm against cheeks. Trays clatter once, then fall into a low silver hush. Each text is a flare shot into the sky from a child lost in the jungle of high school. She is battling teacher personalities, social hierarchies, and the existential crisis of forgetting her locker combo for the third time today. I try to send calm replies, little lifelines, breadcrumbs back to stability. You got this. Take a breath. Remember who you are. Meanwhile, I'm deep in an email about PTO fundraisers, shuffling between Zoom calls, trying to remember if I ate breakfast. This is modern parenting. Not just lunchboxes and lullabies, but real-time emotional tech support for a human in freefall. She doesn't always need answers. Sometimes, she just needs to know someone will read the panic and love her anyway. And I do, even when she texts me a photo of a banana with the caption, "This is my only friend now." Especially then. Afternoon hits like a dropped backpack, heavy, lopsided, full of crumbs and consequences. She slams the car door with the force of someone who's been bracing all day, and I get it. The cabin breathes out summer, orange hand sanitizer and warm vinyl seatbelt webbing hot against her collarbone. School is one thing, but practice, that's where the day truly begins. Water bottle, cleats, the sacred ritual of uncrumpling the permission slip you were supposed to sign yesterday. She's half angel, half avalanche by 4 p.m., running on caffeine, cortisol, and coach's voice looping in her head like a bad remix. And me, I'm sprinting in my own lane. Dinner, homework check, laundry like a Greek tragedy in 3 acts. We move like overlapping storms, each hoping the other brought the umbrella. There's a moment every day, just before we pull into the lot, where she exhales, where I remember. Cut grass lifts a sweet green edge, rubber pellets tap the floor mat like rain starting, far lights hum awake, and a lone whistle threads the breeze. She's still my baby, even if she can deadlift more than I can even emotionally handle. Evening doesn't arrive. It oozes like syrup sliding off the edge of an overfilled plate. Homework sprawled across the kitchen table. Chromebook flickering. Something about a quiz on ecosystems tomorrow or something. But it might as well be quantum physics for how fast her brain is unraveling. The microwave sighs and beeps. The fridge thread hums under the light. A reheated pasta releases a soft basil butter warmth that fogs the window. I reheat dinner, twice actually, because she forgot she was hungry, and then remembered with the emotional urgency of a Shakespearean monologue. We're in hour 14 of today's emotional rodeo. No one is the best version of themselves. The dog has given up. The cat is judging us openly, and somewhere in the midst of it, there's a conversation about volleyball tryouts, a missing water bottle, and whether there's a clean hoodie that's not too itchy, too bright, or mysteriously cursed. We rotate around each other, socks, snacks, scrolling, trying to land softly in a house filled with jagged edges. I ask if she's okay. She shrugs, then says, "I'm just tired." And it's the kind of tired that sleep won't fix. The kind that comes from bracing all day, holding it together with metaphorical duct tape and 5-minute hallway chats with best friends who sometimes feel like strangers. We move to the couch. A lamp pulls warm honey low. A blanket settles with a cotton soft weight. In the hallway, the dishwasher starts a rain that doesn't ask for answers. So I sit down next to her, not to fix, not to press, just to be. Because sometimes presence is the only thing we have left. The only thing after the day's done everything it can to try to pull us apart. When the house finally stills and the fridge hum becomes the loudest thing in the room, I sit with the weight of what just happened. One ordinary, beautiful, ridiculous day. It doesn't get easier. Not really. We just get better at faking it. Better at remembering who needs what and when. Better at hiding the ache of being a soft thing in a sharp-edged world. No one hands you a trophy for showing up to these trenches. There's no medal for remembering to pack the extra charger, or for washing the jersey in 10 minutes to spare and finding socks that mostly match. But this is the work. Not the loud, obvious kind. The sacred scaffolding that keeps their lives standing upright. The kind of love that lives in the margins, that rides passenger seat, that folds itself quietly into their backpack just in case. Yes, it's exhausting. Yes, it's thankless more often than not. But buried inside all that mess is this kind of sacred repetition. Get up, show up, breathe through the chaos, hold space without always needing thanks. They won't remember every form we signed, every meal we scraped together, every late night Target run or text we answered half asleep. But they'll remember how it felt to be held steady in a world that spins too fast. That's the legacy. Not perfection, not control, not spotless lunches or flawless calendars, just presence. Real, messy, tender, unearned, and offered anyway. We won't always get it right. We'll yell, we'll forget. Heaven forbid we'll microwave the wrong dinner, but we'll still be here every day we can, doing our best version of showing up. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough. Maybe that's everything.